Hey, welcome back everybody. Welcome back to my channel. I'm AmusedJester. My name is Junior. And today we're going to be reviewing Nacelle Toys Star Trek. This is from Star Trek 5? No, Star Trek 6, The Undiscovered Country. One of the last, well, it is the last movie from the original crew. And actually, thank God they left in a good note. So I really did like this movie. Captain Hikaru Sulu. This is $29, guys. So here it is. Here's a 10, 20, 5. I only have $3, so we'll pretend there's another dollar in there. But it's $29.95, so technically it's $30. Here it is. This is the figures that come with the line. I've already said I got Jellicoe, Garrett, Sulu, and Valkyris from this line. So let me go ahead and open it up and let me take it out of packaging and let's take a look at Nacelle Toys Star Trek Captain Hikaru Sulu. Alright, so there it is out of packaging. So let's put it, I kind of forgot. Hopefully it'll come back to me. It's got the phaser holding hands. Choo choo! Choo choo choo. Okay, got that. A closed fisted hands. That one of them is on the hands and the arm itself. Something holding something. Like it's as if he's holding me. It's like this is for the phaser. So if he was holding a joystick, I think these two would work. Again, we have this one already, and then kind of like I guess I would say this is his relaxed hands and stuff. But the cool thing is he has this teacup holding hands. And it's not going to come off because it's not meant to. Actually, it's kind of, you probably could, but I don't want to. This thing is so exciting for me. I'm not even going to pretend to say, if you know, you know. Because if you bought this, you already know. It'll be an insult to say, do you even know the scene where this came from? Come on. Let's not insult each other, right? We know exactly where this scene came from. Oh, look at that. Hold on, look at that. Wait, let me put on my glasses. What does that say? Oh no. USS. It's too small, but it says Excelsior NCC 2000. Look. It's got a yellow band around the blue. Even in the teacup. Oh my gosh. Captain? Your tea, Captain? The only thing is, like, it's limited. Like, he can't really hold it the way it should be held. You know? Let's look at it. I'm just so excited. I'm just jumping all around here. So this is the old tech of paint application where it's painted by hand and not face printing. But $30. Come on. $30. Anyway, we're still doing accessories. So let's try to go back to the accessories. Here's one phaser. Okay, I get it. Here's a second phaser. What? Why does he have two? Yeah, he's got like one communicator, like the old style, I think. And then the new style. Did he actually use two? Now, here's the thing. It's cool to have this. It really is. But here's the thing. How do I put this in? I am definitely not going to say, do you even know what movie this is from? Come on, you needed to know what. You must, if you're watching this, you must have, and you're a Star Trek fan, and you know about this, you know what that scene is from, the teacup. But with this uniform, This looks cool. I love this uniform. This is the Star Trek uniform that I grew up in. Excuse me, and later on the Generations. But with this uniform, just like in the Generations, with Captain Picard, you know what I'm talking about with the uniform, his instinctual habit to pull down the uniform. What is it about this uniform that we're also accustomed to seeing? Well, let me do something really quick that's gonna blow your mind. I didn't know about this. I did not even know about this. I kid you not. Wow. With this uniform, in the days of past, you've always been just, you have to buy a second figure to put this in. No, you have to have a second figure because this was never an interchangeable one. At least, I don't remember any Star Trek figures that had this. Interchangeable ones. You have to get a second figure. And when you have this this uniform, you always wanted to see this as well as this. Because Kirk would always pull out his uniform like that. Just like Captain Picard always tugged on his uniform down. That's crazy. And that type of thinking is what is impressing me with Nacelle toys or Brian Voice? Brian Welk? Brian. Whatever his thinking is, to say, I'm a geek, this is what I want to see, and we're going to keep to the price point of $28 or $29, and nothing's going to change whether this figure has this much or this figure has this much. Nothing's going to change. It's same price point. And that kind of thinking, I kid you not, I need to support that thinking. I really am almost tempted to say, you know what? Because of the way he's thinking, I want to buy the entire line. I just can't afford to, because just these 3 figures alone is 150 figures. Wait, I bought 4. So they're like 120, 30, 60, 20. Oh, no, I bought more than 4. I pre-ordered a lot of stuff. I pre-ordered Captain Kirk with his horse. This one. I just bought a bunch of stuff, which ended up being $150. So that's $150. But I think people are sleeping on this line. So that's the only thing, though. It's like I've noticed that you need to be careful about this. There are flaws to the line. I'm just saying what makes this line like perfect for me is not the perfect articulation. It's not the perfect use of the material. It's not the perfect paint job. It's the stuff that he's bringing in with this price point, and the fact that he's not changing the price point as there are more accessories that come with it. That's basically what's making this line premium for me, and this company premium for me as well. I do wish that he would change the material in this one so it's not, because this might fall off, and I don't know how easy it is to put back in. I'm kind of pushing it for you guys there. So the cool thing is, now that I've figured this out, is even if this pops off, putting it back on is not going to be a problem, and that's really, really important. But still, though, it's kind of just got to be careful putting it back in. The shape of the actual shoulder joint makes a natural ratchet, pulling it out like that. There's no movement on the waist. I'm okay with that. This is the type of figure that doesn't require extreme poses. You just need the basic ones. Goes almost up to 90. Rotation on the thigh. Go almost up to 90 backwards. I'm assuming this is the same design here for this joint. So even though it's kind of there, just to test it out. Even though it's gummy in a way, it's kind of nice the fact that you can always put it back in. Got the double jointed on the knees, which is good, so it gives it a little bit more than 90. It has a rotation on the ankle cuff, I guess. That allows you to make the movement forward if you want. It does have a cut, and The only thing with this is that you need to kind of maneuver it a little bit, making sure you know where the joint is to get this kind of a movement. Look at that. Because you change the orientation of the disc. Yeah. I'm really, really happy with this one. It doesn't have as much accessories as Valkyries does, but honestly, the Valkyries figure, that's like mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. This one, I would say, is a 15. Value 15 of my earlier value system. $30 easily spent, not a problem. It's Hikaru Sulu. It's in the this uniform. This is my wanted design for the crew. He's the captain, but honestly, I don't know enough about Star Trek to be able to say this is a captain's uniform. So I could easily say he's still the commander. When I get, and I'm gonna get all of this characters in this uniform for sure, not even a question. This is my primary Starfleet uniform, even beyond the generations. This is what I grew up on. So yeah, one character of the original series crew down. I think he's the only one so far that has this. And then, oh man, this just is way too much for me. This just sings for me. This sings for me. This phaser and everything. This is beautiful. Beautiful job, Nacelle Toys. I hope you're very, very successful with this line. I hope it continues. I hope we get a wide range of figures that you've got planned. I feel like you're the company who's planning on some things to show that is even beyond what I expect. That's the kind of company that I want to continue forward because you excite me with these lineup. I'm sorry I cannot buy each and every figure so far, but I'm slowly convincing myself to. I really am. There's only a few that I haven't bought, to be honest, that you've shown, because I didn't get Archer, Wei-Yun, Preston, Tuvix. Those are a little bit out of the character, way out for me, but I'm almost tempted to, but that's like 200 right there of figures that I'm not entirely sure I want to, because I want to get all the figures that has this uniform. I want to get all the figures that has this uniform. So that's a lot of money for me already. Like the Core 7 from Generations alone is going to be times 3, $210, $240 with taxes. And then this one, another $240, that's $500 right there, you know. And then I know I'm going to get all the original crews. Let me put it that way. I'm going to get the Enterprise crew, but I want them in the original ones. So these are nice mixed in, but I'm like, what? So what is my maximum for this? Probably like 1,000 and beyond for my general idea of what I want to spend on this one. $2,000 for the whole wave, for the whole collection. Yeah. So in that sense, I have to be really careful, like what characters I'm willing to spend. I want to get. I like the fact that he spreads the variety. It's just that I'm also old school. If you had given me the whole thing of this one, I would have gotten the whole wave. If you had given me this in this uniform for every character, I would have gotten the whole wave, no question. Him in his original, no question, bought it. You know, so I know exactly. Okay, here's 700, here's 300, 300, 300, 900, not a problem. And then these will be, I'll get as well eventually, you know. But yeah, I still wish, but I like the fact that he's kind of mixing it up. But I just can't buy these right now because I want to make sure I have enough funds for this one. And I think I won't be disappointed of anything in this line. Especially since I'm not picking the other ones. I don't think I'm going to be disappointed. This is a great line to have. If you're a Star Trek fan, you need to get this. The features are there. The paint application is not perfect. It's not the way, it's not face printing. But for $30, come on. This is just perfect for me. I'm getting exactly what I wanted. But I'll give it a value of 15. Look at that range in the head. Yeah. Beautiful figure. It's going to be a great collection. Thank you for watching. That's it for my review of Captain Hikaru Sulu from the Undiscovered Country, Star Trek 6 from Nacelle Toys. I'll see you guys in my next review. Bye.